falling leaves. For the first step of this project, you will have a blue paper and oil pastels in cool colors like green, blue, and purple. You are going to use those colors to make lines on your paper that remind you of the wind. So maybe you'll do dotted lines or dashed lines or straight lines or wavy lines. So I'm going to show you lots of different choices. I put lots of different kinds on my paper. You could do all the same kind. You could do all different kinds. It just kind of depends on what you want your artwork to look like. Here is what my paper looked like at the very end with all my different kinds of lines. Lesson 2. For this lesson, you will have little squares or shapes of colored tissue paper in warm colors like yellow, orange, and red. You will have a messy mat, a half sheet of paper, a little bucket of watered down glue, and a glue brush. You will also want to get a paper towel so you can wipe your fingers on it. First, you will put your paper on a messy mat and open your watered down glue. You're going to take this watered down glue and you're going to fill up your whole entire paper with this wet sticky glue. Whenever your hands feel sticky, just get your paper towel and wipe them off. Now you're going to take your tissue paper that's in warm colors and take one square or shape at a time and put it on the sticky glue. You're wanting to put these next to each other, or sometimes you can overlap them a little bit, but you want to fill your page as much as you can. Once your paper is filled with the little tissue papers, then you're going to take your glue brush, dip it in the clear glue again, and you're going to brush this on top of the entire paper. I did one tiny section at a time so that I could kind of keep track of where I had put the glue on top, because it's kind of sometimes hard to tell after a while. Sometimes your reds will try to bleed, which means they'll take some of their red color and move it onto other colors, and that's totally fine if it does that because it will make it more interesting in the end. Now you'll take your glue solution and put the lid on top of it. Make sure it's down really tightly and you'll put it back on the tray. You will put your glue brush in the cleanup sink so I can clean it later. And then you will take your beautiful picture still on the messy mat and put it on the drying rack. Be sure to put your paper towel in the trash. Lesson 3. you will need your dried warm color tissue paper and a pencil. You will take your paper and flip it over, and then on the back you're going to draw some leaves. Now I'm going to show you, I started with a straight line and then I added a letter V and then a little bit bigger V and an even bigger V, and then I took my pencil and I traced around those shapes to make a leaf. So big curvy lines going around. This is kind of what an oak leaf looks like. Then I made another leaf. This time I put the vein for the center. Then I did like a rainbow and came back and did a smile to make my leaf. Then at the end I made it into a stem. Another leaf you could make is to make an oval, and then at the end of the oval bring it down and then add a stem. These are all of the different leaf shapes that I made. You are welcome to make as many shapes as you want in any kind of different designs also. I took my scissors and actually just cut the leaf shapes apart so that I would have them one at a time. Then I cut them out. When you are cutting, if a part is getting in your way, feel free to cut that part off. And especially on the oak leaves, you're going to be very careful around all of these curves. So you're going to use that driving hand like this to make all the curves really smooth. Next, you'll take your leaves and you'll move them out of the way for a second. And you're going to pick up your entire messy mat with all those little tiny bits on it, and you're going to throw those into the trash and bring your messy mat back. Now you have your leaves and your beautiful cool colored wind paper. You will need to get a glue bottle. Before gluing, place your leaves where you want them to go onto the paper. Then get your glue bottle and twist that orange part so the white piece goes back inside. Get all of the crusties off the top and then push it to hear it breathe. Once you know it's breathing correctly, then you can hold it on the side, press out 1 drop, 2 drops. That's all you need, 2 drops. And then you can hold it down for a little bit. Do this for each of your pieces. 1 drop, 2 drops. At the end, you'll probably want to hold down all the pieces for a while to make sure they stay. Now you need to get a black Sharpie marker. You will take the lid off of your Sharpie marker and put it on the back so it's writing piggyback. And then you will draw the veins. There's usually a vein that goes right down the center. And then sometimes the veins look like letter V's. And then sometimes they're altered, so you can put them in the spaces where you think they should go. And once you get all the big veins on, if you want, you can add the little tiny veins. This is how I did the veins on my leaves. And now it's all done. Yay!